From Games Workshop's basement, hosted by John Quennell, Danny McDevitt, and featuring tech priest Dickie. It's Grim After Dark. And now, it's time for Grim After Dark.
I keep thinking that's us.
You know, it almost is, but when Val's away, the extra long intros will play. Thank you, by the way, Tech Priest Dickie, for setting up the server to not only be larger than my enormous head, but also to be just gently cupping the microphone that is trying to hide. It's great. Welcome to Grim After Dark, Warhammer 40,000's only late night show. For some reason, the dulcet tones you're about to hear are the beautiful, the handsome, the Esquire of Daniel McDevitt.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Every single thing that you just said was praised. And I'm really confused right now because that's like not what I'm used to out of this.
Oh, buddy, I'm just, you know how you like, you know, it's the rope-a-dope. A boxing.
Oh, okay. You're lulling me into a false sense of security so
Yeah.
you can destroy me later on. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's
Now
been a
I'm with the
slow-
program. I'm ready for this, I suppose.
Decade-long process of friendship to get you to this point. Within the next Type 45, we're going to see where it goes. The
Just a
journal.
tight comedy special length bit, right?
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I am the, oh my gosh, he's a really bad comedian. I'm that person, though. Not Nate Bargatze. He was the name that came to mind, but I really enjoy him on Saturday Night Live. Not so much his stand-up.
What a great
Those
show.
are dulcet tones that you heard in the laughter were that of the former coach of Team Canada, fired in shame, never to return.
Yeah.
The coach of Canada is dead.
Long live the coach.
I'm really worried. So when I hit this button, I have no idea what's going to happen because my
All right,
camera-
please just let it be the screen again. Hit the button.
It's
Okay.
the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's an
Inception.
infinite screen.
Hey, boy.
Bam.
Wow.
Dude, I love it. So instead, in
Unbelievable.
place of our regular co-host Type Priest Dickie this week, you just have infinite John and Danny's, which,
that's no better.
if you know, if you're to ask our wives, is a punishment, which is cruel and unusual.
Worse than that.
And if you are a longtime listener, it's also a punishment that's cruel and unusual. That's okay. Dickie, are you
Yep.
going to stay multifaceted, or are we just going to
This is
3,
how
2, 1?
we're doing
Dickie.
it. Well, so if I do this. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
yeah. This is
You know-
how she is.
That's okay. I'm just going to trust you. The stuff is on screen, and maybe if you could give me a playful lip curl when the slideshow
Is
is
it
on
just
screen.
a picture of Dickie in his room now? Chat, let us know.
We can't tell. That's okay.
Well, I kind of
what-
like this better.
You know, you would think that
that's fair.
that Val was the technical genius behind this show, but that's not true.
No,
It's always been
Val-
Dickie.
It's barely me.
Al, in
I know,
no
he's
way
barely
could just
literate.
have infinite repeating us's because he knew our egos couldn't handle.
He's jealous that I was able to pull this off. I did want to tell you something though. Your introduction is, however, incorrect, sir.
Wait, what?
What? Why?
Why?
While I was fired and disgraced from being the Canadian coach,
Yeah.
I was reelected just a minor hour and a half ago. Actually, I am now back being the head coach of Team Canada.
Oh my gosh!
With Captain Chris Haynes, who won the election, and
Breaking news.
Yes, we did it.
Unbelievable.
We're back. We're back again. I'm going to waste another goddamn year of my life planning for WTC.
So this is really important, Dickie. Was mail-in voting allowed?
No, it was all done on a little internet thingy.
Oh, so over a computer. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Anecdotal.
Thank you, Mike Brown. We don't trust computers.
We don't trust the election now.
No,
I guess we're gonna have a recount because of John.
I do. I need an immediate recount. I need you to go door to door in Saskatoon
Oh no! Thank you.
and be like, "Hey, who's captain of Team Canada?" And then look at a very confused person.
So I'm not gonna do my speech about how proud I am and how excited I am for this coming 2025 year.
That I don't have the Canadian anthem and. Okay, keep going. Here.
Oh, Canada.
Oh.
That's it, right?
Yeah, that's something close. So I'm really happy that people trusted us enough to vote us back in. I'm really excited, really super excited about
Did you
this
just use the royal we?
the royal we.
He did. If you can't trust Dick, what can you trust?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. You got Chris, Dick, you got Canada, CDC. Those are the acronyms.
Wow.
Yeah. Dickie. That's exciting. But Dickie, that is a huge commitment. You're committing to go to, I'm assuming, some cheap or cheaper to rent area of an Eastern Bloc country.
Yeah, so I believe this year WTC is going to be held in Austria, so a little further than Belgium. A little more expensive. So
Dickie,
that's pretty lit.
Okay, yep. Canada, famously good at getting draws at WTC.
Really Austria, good at draws. Yeah,
famously neutral in most, apart from one major standout. Or is that Switzerland? Either way, they're Germanic-speaking countries.
I think, maybe you're thinking of Switzerland.
I think of Switzerland and Austria mixed up.
No, Austria is very, very different than that, John. As far as their political affiliation, you know.
Es tut mir leid. That's all I can say on that.
Look.
But that's awesome, Dickie. And I think Canada is better for having you guys there in those roles. If we want to go to the slideshow real quick, I do want to point out here real quick, I did get the chance to go on Seth the Mad Dog's YouTube channel. I do say I'm a little sad, Seth, that you invited me on the week that you weren't going to be on War Games Live, which I think might just be one of Joe's contractual things of like, oh, you can
I will have you know that you're actually after me too. I was the first one of us to go.
Yeah,
on the show.
You were.
Yeah.
But I got to go on a show that is in no way a direct ripoff of After Midnight or At Midnight or any of the British panel shows or things like that. His quiz like this was my favorite comment from his video because I do get very paranoid how people talk about me. A comment from his video says, such noteworthy people in this episode. Oh, and Francois is there too.
Oh, Francois is a fucking delight.
The panel this week was Francois, myself, and JD, and it was a wonderful time for me and JD. As Seth had a lot of professional wrestling-based questions, and a horrible time for Francois because JD had a lot of professional wrestling-based questions.
Yeah. Well,
no spoilers. I didn't win. That's okay. It was Seth's opinion.
I didn't win either.
No, but it's a good time.
Francois won or JT won?
No, JD do it. He ended the show with the last question by cutting like a 3-minute pro wrestling promo. And Danny, you've got to experience that before. There's no beating that.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Just an absolute delight.
Yeah, 40K in 40 minutes. No, JD telling you he's going to choke slam you and then drop the elbow is just this next level orgasmic. He is a gentleman and a scholar. And Francois is great too. But yeah, it's probably not great that you invited him on episode. Oh, and Francois, don't steal my joke saying no one watches your podcast, because when Seth asks a question, like when he's like,
there's some kind of cognitive dissonance there with like you say nobody watches my podcast. Are you serious?
No, but people don't actually watch his podcast. I think that we're just joking, aren't we?
Right, but when that's the joke I'm going to make, and I come up with this great 3-minute, 2-minute bit that I'm going to do, and then Francois just jumps in and does it, and I'm like, oh well, I can't follow up with that now. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's my bit. I'm trademarking it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny. Only the coolest people get to go on there. So.
Yeah, eventually, maybe I'll get to go on. Oh wait, I will be on there this week.
You will be on this week.
Yeah.
Because apparently, it's one person a week from the show. So Seth, just get all three of us on.
He's running. Oh, can we do just a whole Grim After Dark?
Yeah, come on, man. Let's do a crossover episode.
That'd be so good.
This is a little crossover. We promise not to destroy the format of the show to the point where you won't want to do it for a couple of weeks.
Hey,
just yeah.
Stopped working. Okay.
Pinky swear. It's okay. I want to share this as well. This is a little display I have set up above my monitor on my paint
It's a
desk.
Lego wall. It's a Lego
Danny, what are we looking at here?
That looks like is that Tilda Swinton?
wall.
In her resplendent gold plate.
Just kidding.
She's
I think
Tilda
that's
Swinton.
Rogel Dorn with his battle buddy. He's looking disapprovingly at Legos like, this is the best that you can do. What is he armed with?
He has his chainsword.
Is it a big chainsword that he has?
It looks pink. Is that just the light?
Just the lighting.
It's copper. It's copper.
The alabaster walls. No, so originally my good friend Josh, for my birthday before I left the state, bought me the Rogel Dorn Joe toy. We've for the longest time had our little Imperial Fist. He does Iron Warriors and 30K Rivalry, where that's a cool thing. Love the Joy toy. It was great. And so I put him on top of my monitor when I was setting up my room, and I sent him a picture, and he was like, "You should be fortifying something." And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I don't have anything to build. And then I was like, Lego bricks. He can fortify Lego bricks. So I set him up with this pose here. Like, the pose to me says, "The fuck is this?" Right? And I mean, that's what the Dorn's pose screams to me. But then I realized he didn't have anyone beside him to say that to.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to go to the Joy Toy website and order Fafner Ran and a couple of veterans.
Well,
I have a couple veterans. Yeah.
oh, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
You don't think that Dorn talks to himself?
Oh, he absolutely does. But he wouldn't say, "The fuck is this?" because he already knows the answer.
Yeah.
He already knows the answer here. He just wants Fafner to feel dumb for having two axes. And you're literally called fists.
Like,
What would Dorn's answer be if he was gonna say that? So
He was like, "The fuck is this?" Fafner would be like, "We used all available materials, sir. We fortified this position." And then Dorn would be like, "Why don't you have two power fists? Two axes doesn't make sense for our legion." And then he would say, like, "Well, Marnus Calgar already has two power fists." And then Dorn would be like, "Who is that? That sounds like something that's at least 11,000 years in the future."
Oh.
And then Fafner would be like, "You're gonna have to talk to the merchandising man. This isn't on me.
I just work here.
I just work here."
this is a very meta conversation. I like
It is.
Yeah.
like very fourth wall breaking kind of. Yeah, I like it.
But I set it up and just I set up Fafner like that, and he looked cool. But then I did a little head tilt on him, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's it. Like that's the I'm being told off look."
Pretty great.
It's my favorite thing right now. And I said, "Do you have a veteran with a thunder hammer coming as well to reinforce the wall further?" Okay, we talked about it.
Of course you do.
I do, yeah. So I was like, "Oh, I like that one." Like it was the James Woods and Family Guy kind of thing. We're like, "Ooh, piece of candy." We talked about it a little last week. Kicker Colossi, the far too energetic, tearingly running former head of FLG events, has stepped down from his role there. He's no longer going to be running the Frontline Gaming events. Those are going to be taken over by Jake Jacobson, the very real person with a real name, Jake Jacobson.
It sounds fake. I'm not going to lie.
100% real person. It is definitely not.
I almost don't believe you, John.
So definitely not a Reese proxy taking over in the meantime as Kicker moves on. Guys, I know we talked about it tiny bits last week as we were crunched for a little bit of time. Thoughts on Kicker leaving and kind of what this is going to do, because I know a lot of people already know it, but he was a massive part of every single event that Frontlines went the past few years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure this is tough for them.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dickie.
I like that we had drastically different. I'm sure he's just a cog in the wheel. I'm sure they'll be able to figure this out without Kicker. Go ahead, Danny.
The exact opposite of what I was saying. Yeah, it's going to be tough to recover from. I think he's a really experienced. It's very clear he's an experienced event manager. I think he's really good at getting venues for places and getting things organized. And so I really have always appreciated his efforts. I was always very impressed with his levels of enthusiasm was insanely high, and not just about like this. He was like that. He's like that for 40K. He's like that for his life, for his kids, for running, like all that stuff. So I just have always found him to be a very admirable man.
He was also the only person I've ever met who, if you go up to talk to him about something and he's busy, he'd be like, "Hey, I can't really talk about this right now, but hey, let's get back to this later." And he would actually get back to you about it later.
For sure.
Most of the
That's
times
very impressive.
when I say that, I don't want to get back to you, and I just kind of leave you be.
Just want you to leave, please.
Just, yeah.
I was lucky enough to work with him and Seth, of course, on Signals when we were doing the whole Frontline Gaming Network thing, and his level of passion and excitement for things he does is unbelievable. Like always coming up with new ideas for the shows, and writing stuff and getting guests and things like that. Honestly, Frontline Gaming's they're going to have a bit of a loss on their hands because he was a rock star for sure.
I mean, you can definitely help them fill that void using the promo code below and going through that link and buying all your GW product 15% off through our Frontline Gaming portal.
Look at this guy.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not what this all was it? I need to know that it wasn't.
It really makes me want to have like the next slide just be an advert for Frontline Gaming. I don't believe it is.
Don't have that Reese picture again, and that would
have that Reese picture again because I got a new phone number. So once I moved state, turns out my Microsoft Authenticator needed my old phone number, so now I'm locked out of it for 30 days, which is why today we're using Google Slides. Ooh. There's no cool transitions and things. But yeah, big loss. Excited to see how they go forward. I figured that to help them through this period, though, guys, LVO is coming up.
Yep.
Massive event.
Yep.
Danny, very hopeful, and I'm 95% sure we're going to be able to make it down for this year. People are asking questions, and they can no longer just like text message Kicker at 3 a.m.
Oh,
let's help
like
out.
Before.
Question for 12VO 2025. Are we using 4th edition or 10th edition rules? I'm hearing different things. This came, by the way, about an hour after Kicker announced he was stepping down.
Interesting.
So, guys.
Coincidence? I think not.
No, he was holding it together.
4th edition.
I'm going to be honest with you. If there was a 4th edition, like grand tournament, like at LVO, I might give that a whirl. That was my favorite edition of 40K.
That'd be pretty cool. I know a bunch of the Heresy guys. They were kind of ceremoniously removed from LVO this year. They're not doing a not boarding action. The Zone Mortalis event.
Yeah, they did 30K Zone Mortalis.
Yeah,
lots of drinking.
And they are no longer. They don't have room for them. So those guys instead have rented out a bar in Seattle. And are doing their own Zone Mortalis event in February. So Danny, if you're busy in February, going down, we'll tell us in a bar in Seattle. What other questions do you think we should ask Frontline Gaming right now? While there's Jake Jacobson, but come on, that's like John Johnson. There's
it's not a real name.
These are figurehead AI people. What other questions can we try and get through Frontline Gaming right now for LVO?
Oh, I have a good one. Where do we bring our cereal?
Oh,
yeah. Breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
How much of that, in all honesty, do you think he threw away?
Oh, like most of it, I would assume.
I would, because it's a nice gesture when he really likes cereal, so everyone takes some cereal. But if you're in a Vegas hotel room and you're trying to leave for home after a weekend and you have 10 boxes of General Mill,
yeah.
You did drive a van around a lot, though, right?
Like, did drive a van around a lot, yeah. But if you're driving the Beast around and you have 10 boxes of General Mills cereal, I kind
of want to know, dude. Does he have
I have a 26-foot RV out there, and I can't fit 10 boxes of cereal in that thing, and it's considerably larger than the Beast. That's an interesting thing. Danny, if someone was to give you something, like people gave Kicker cereal, what would they give you?
John, what I would really love from people overall in general is just a nice hug.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like to hug people. You don't like to hug people?
I'm a man hugger.
I love a person, Dickie.
No, I love a good hug. I just didn't take you for please come up to me and hug me.
Now look,
that's basically what
I'm going to be honest with you. You see me at an event, I'm going to be sweaty as fuck. I was going to say like you don't want to hug me, but just say a nice or fist bump. I really like a nice fist bump.
I was going to say the hugs are good. Round 1 and 2 or round 4. do not hug around 3 or 5.
Yeah.
Your experiences may differ. Dickie, what are people bringing for you?
Oh man,
Is it
I
complaints about sham elections in Canada?
they can complain about it, but we're in power now, so they are.
So is Big Beaver.
Yeah. So
The best coach.
Yeah, so let's do the number one. Okay, so the things I've had
All the armies,
yes,
all the elves.
I have received a lot of fun gifts. I've got a chain axe at a LVO before. Like someone
What?
made me a lifetime chain axe. Yes, and
Wow.
then also I had a little 3D printed Angron. Someone gave me. Someone also gave me.
I hope you turned that over to GW right away.
It was LVO. I'm okay. What else? What else did I get? I got some Hawaiian candy before. That was nice.
Wow.
But what do I really want?
Yeah.
Emperor's Children Codex leaked is what I really want. So when you get that, someone feed that to me right away because we're not in the know anymore.
That was my favorite
no.
answer, by the way, on Seth's show. Seth asked a question about whether we would see Emperor's Children in 2025.
Yeah.
I spent about 2 minutes building up all the different Emperor's Children units that we were going to see. And then at the very end, it was just like 30K only.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is the 30K equivalent of a codex? It's like a compendium or something, right? Like that's what they're going to get is a Emperor's Children
black
compendium.
book. God, just call them black books. Everyone else says, I set up my nice IKEA cabinet in my bedroom. My wife was like, do all of these Horus Heresy books need to be on here? Like my 1 through 9 black books? And I'm like, hon, I don't want to tell you, 1, how much I spent of these, and 2, how much they're worth now. So yes, they do. Please don't rob me. I have an original set. Moving on. I think that's all the...
Cool.
I know. I found this. A lot of people have been complaining about sort of woke kind of leaking into 40K and kind of ruining things. And Danny, from what I can see here, is leaked into chess. So why don't you tell me what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at a picture of a queen piece in chess, the Black Queen specifically, with a felt lining on the bottom of the piece, just to make sure the wood underneath doesn't get scuffed. Now, the quote on top says, "Oh wow, a female character. I guess that's cool and all, but she seems a little overpowered." I mean, why do the SJWS have to force their agenda into film and gaming? Also, I feel like the only reason she is black is to virtue signal. It's not very realistic for a black woman to engage in medieval combat.
Danny, first
Wow.
Warhammer. First Warhammer. Now chess.
Yeah.
What else is at risk from these?
Dude, John, I just don't see these people stopping.
I think checkers
I don't know.
Close. Checkers is a worry.
Now you're going to tell me there's a black faction in checkers.
Hopscotch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, John, it could go. I mean, this could cross into sports.
Yeah, that's true.
What? Real sports? Wow.
It could be 40K even.
I found this. I love this so very much. Because if you're reading this and you think there shouldn't be kind of women in 40K, read this and think this is ridiculous. This is just chess. You're so close.
Yeah,
you're almost there. Just one or two more steps here. Exciting news this week, though. Unless you spent hundreds of dollars importing a Japanese version of the models, Kill Team has a brand new starter box coming out. And guys, everything old is new again. Is Death Card versus Space Marines. In this beautiful new starter box. Danny, I spent several $100s on all of these models, including over 100 for the Plague Surgeon. How do you feel? Not Plague Surgeon, there's the Malignant Plaguecaster. How do you feel that they are now available in a starter box?
I have an unopened set, I think. Yep. But now I can play Kill Team with them
now. Sell them now.
Have them too. I have those too. Yeah, very there's part of me that's upset that I paid over market value for them, but then I remember they're still sitting in the wrapping in a box somewhere in my new garage that I haven't touched in like a year. And then there's another part of me that's just happy that people have a different plague caster option. Because Brother Vomits is a little overused.
For sure. Like, and the Space Marine models are actually also nice. I really like the lieutenant. I think that's what he is, or the captain. I think he looks really cool.
Yeah. So these are coming. I will say everything that's come out over this past couple of weeks about Kill Team has made me super interested in Kill Team. The orcs, the ratlings, the death guard. Very interesting.
I just bought the Night Lords Kill Team.
Yes.
I can't wait to build those guys. They look so cool.
But we were talking a little bit about how Kicker left Frontline Gaming.
Yeah.
You see right now that there might not be an NDA because GW. Oh, let me go back here.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Whoa. Angry.
Whoa. I don't think I can go back in this thing. There we go.
Oh,
I didn't put the slide in.
Yep.
GW coming out with MDF laser cut terrain.
Oh.
Pre-printed. Let me go back to if I can find it. There we go.
Full set?
Yeah,
it's really MDF.
That's MDF.
That's printed MDF.
Oh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is GW just trying to drive Frontline out of business?
I'm really interested of like who made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you looked over like you were getting an answer, but you didn't have any answer at all. So
my dog was sitting whining over there, and I'm like, do I go let him out, or do I just teach him that you shouldn't interrupt me in these times? I know this is beautiful terrain. It's designed to be taken apart and everything kind of like stored in the same starter box. I am 100% for pre-printed MDF terrain. Like, just to be completely honest with you, because one, it looks great. 2, other games of Kill Team and other skirmish games I've played on bare plastic terrain because people have started to care about how their armies look, but less so about how their terrain looks. But is this the start of a coming future wave, or is this going to be limited to starter boxes?
I'm just super interested because GW wouldn't necessarily go out and purchase a whole like manufacturer to create this. So a company that already has established MDF production would have produced this for them, right?
But you probably wouldn't ship it over from the States.
I don't know what they would do. Like, where would this? Where is this from? It's super interesting.
Why wouldn't you ship it from the States?
Yeah, why?
Probably just bought one Dreamforge, and then there's just one poor intern who has to stay there 24/7 and hit start over and over and over.
Imagine the smell. Oh,
that's what I want to know. Does GW MDF terrain smell like I'm going to get cancer?
Like the front line.
Maybe like if you pop up in this Kill Team box.
Guys in chat, listen. What does this Kill Team box smell like? It is Death Guard. It is a good first army to put MDF terrain in with.
I think what we need to do for the community, this is a Grim After Dark job. We need to buy all the different MDF creators product
and smell it,
and then smell it and get the exact smell, and then get the Kill Team box and smell it to verify who is the production team of this terrain.
You know, Dickie, we have the cash for that. And I don't know if we'll buy Kill Team boxes, but I am behind us just buying random MDF and asking how much does it smell?
How much does it smell? Yeah.
And we can do like a game show with it. Does it smell? And then you open the little Royal Mail box and you're like, yep.
One day it's all going to smell. Like every single one.
Yeah.
Now I have nose cancer. Thanks, John.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's worth it for my 15 seconds of laughter. But Danny, I want to play Dickie also. I want to play a brand new game with you.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me it's shit.
Oh,
I'm going to show you a bunch of paint jobs coming up, and what I need you to do is I need you to tell me why it's shit. Look,
like we're the people that do this. Like,
look, we're starting to create a world of just soft people that just can't take any criticism.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we're open, honest, and we let them know, hey man, this is shit. So
Great.
Great.
Our first
I'm here
model.
the people doing this. Yeah. Oh, look at this guy. I've never seen him before.
Yeah.
Well, so you want me to critique what's wrong with the paint job?
Critique it. You got to tell me something that's wrong with it. Nothing
Oh,
positive
yeah.
for any of these models.
I mean, it's maybe the single worst freehand face I've ever seen in my entire life. It's thick and just shitty.
Yeah.
Only
it's
with
kind
one
of-
C.
Yeah. I have one word for this painter.
Love it.
Eyebrows.
Fair. This is, of course, the famous
this
Dark
was-
Angels Lieutenant. If you search for bad paint job, Dark Angel Sergeant, this is the guy that's going to come up. Okay, now conversely, tell me why this one is shit. This is Golden Demon single miniature gold winner, Lucas Zaba. Why is this one shit?
Oh, I know why.
Okay.
He's used AI to generate the background for the model.
Did he really? Can we confirm
That's
that?
against the rules.
I don't know.
Do that.
Okay, why is this shit? Why is this shit? This is shit.
Okay.
Because oh god damn it, it's so pretty.
No, don't. It's no.
Dude, it's real. Okay. It's shit because I can't do something like that. That's why it's shit.
I think you mean it's shit because it's derivative of Jaws, and Jaws never had a two-stroke engine strapped to his side, and that lack of realism takes me out of the moment.
Well, he also didn't have fucking legs, John.
Neither does this one. It's just robots, which makes it even more unrealistic. All right, this guy here, painted by a little-known painter nowadays, but this was his first model. Tell me why it's shit. As I sit opposite about $400 worth of his paints.
Is this
He made
like
the game.
a White Panther model?
I believe it was a chapter of Duncan his own making. Which brave to choose white and black as your first color scheme.
Yeah, I want to comment because we're such connoisseurs of basing here on this channel. I want to say painting just the base fucking green.
Yeah, goblin green.
How dare you?
Can I just say, keeping in character, I didn't even notice that the base was there.
You didn't. It was so ugly. You were like, oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't even notice the base.
I didn't either until you said something.
That's fair.
I know.
What I find sad is his hazard lines are still straighter than mine.
He was also like 5. Yeah. Danny's got nothing. He loves this.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now tell me why this silver medal golden demon diorama from Powell Mahu of Chaos versus Ultramarines is shit.
Well, clearly Chaos would be winning.
It's a straight 50-50, Dickie. There's no winners. This is in the far future. There's only war.
Well, the Chaos would get one over on him.
Also, there is part of a skull altar on there, which I think lowers its quality.
It's like a picture directly from the art. It's one of the most amazing pieces I've seen. But
we're supposed to be negative.
What I don't like about this is that he's chosen colors purely based on the fact that people with color blindness can see them.
This is legitimately art that is beautifully centered and set, but it is inconsiderate of the disabled. So why is that? Because colorblind people.
Colorblind.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well put, John. Well put.
Are the colorblind people considered disabled though, John?
One I know is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Moving on. This wonderful gentleman here. It looks like a Space Marine scout with Terminator arm pauldrons, a jump pack, a lightning claw, and a plasma pistol. Not gonna lie, I was gonna say, why is this guy shit? This guy's a fucking Chad.
I hate the way that they've glued the head.
Yeah, he's like on an angle, like he's like, ah,
shit.
He looks like the bad guy from the Goonies.
Why is the lightning claw green like that? That looks. Oh,
you don't want to know where it just was.
Yeah. So the number one thing I want to say to this painter, contrast, brother. Contrast.
I'm sure back in 1997, when this was probably painted, that would have really confused him because he was like, the green does contrast to red. What are you talking about?
John, downvoting people had the best comment about the last one.
Oh, dude, I'm not even checking chat. Go.
It's horrible because it's Ultramarines.
Which,
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's my kid should have been winning.
Years of your life creating this beautiful diorama and sculpting these wonderful pieces and getting this amazing composition, and you chose Ultramarines? There's other blue chapters. In fact, you could have done like Blood Angels versus Zinch.
Yeah.
Same colors, cooler chapters. And then I think finally, why is this one here? This is the Warhammer Age of Sigmar single miniature gold from Albert Moreto font. Which I have to say, guys, this is going to be tough for you because I think this is the single most beautiful orc skin I've ever seen painted on a model.
Well, first of all, this person plays Age of Sigmar, which is
for me, it's the bald squig on the bottom left-hand corner is incredibly disturbing.
Even like the orky like totem beside him.
I bet he sculpted that himself like a nerd.
Is the stone a face?
Which the one he's standing on?
Yeah.
I'm not getting face from it.
No.
All right. Anyway,
I can't believe.
I don't like the pose of the model, honestly.
I don't like that he used plastic or resin to make smoke instead of cotton wool, like a Norman person. Or normal person.
Norman person, yeah.
Norman person, yeah. Like, you know those people.
It's so he could paint it, John.
I'm also not a huge fan of his. He's standing on looks like a crate of some type. That's not realistic. He wouldn't.
How were you supposed to carry your bones around?
He wouldn't be standing on a crate. He would have a bag of bones somewhere. Yeah.
Is it a crate of skulls?
I don't know what it is. It's so small on my screen.
I think femurs.
Weird. Anyway,
that was the thing. The main point of that segment was, holy cow, the standard of Golden Demon this year was insane.
Yeah, wow.
And all of those models do nothing but make me feel bad about myself, but good about art. So I don't quite know how to feel about that. But yeah, it was I believe a troll that won the Slayer Sword overall. That thing was gorgeous. All of the models I showed you just now were gorgeous, and there was no way to discuss it because I couldn't be like, oh, hey, look how cool this thing is, and you'd be like, yeah, that's really cool. So I tried to make them seem shit, but it was possible. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm gonna skip past this. I don't like that. We have here someone asking, should I even get into 40K? Guys, there's a lot of new players coming into the hobby. I've been to my local Games Workshop store here. A lot of new people and driven in by the nonstop action of Space Marine 2 into the hobby. So we have a lot of new people with questions they need answered. And who better to answer those questions than the two people in front of me right now, Danny and a row of TVs and a TV.
No, it's
amazing. It's infinite. I feel like you're omniscient now, Dickie, because you have infinite knowledge.
Dickie.
No, you guys can't see this, but I actually put my ugly mug into a TV. And
I can see you because I only see your face now and not the actual screen. So I'm guessing to make sure things are up. That's okay though. Whoa, that Coke can floated in out of nowhere. So if you guys could help me answer these questions here.
Sure.
Question 1. Price is a big one. I think I'd have a hard time justifying to myself or my wife why I'm spending $300+ on a game. Plus, I'll probably have to shell out the money for 2 armies to get some of my friends and family members into it in the first place. Is it worth the money? Is there a way to save money? Seriously, this one is a big enough concern. I'm thinking about just buying a 3D printer and using that to make minis instead. Is that a huge issue?
Well, that's a lot of questions in that little one.
That's like 5 questions.
Okay, well, let's pull it back a little bit here then. First off, is it worth the money?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say these people are getting into it from playing Space Marine 2 on, I'm assuming, their $500 PlayStation 5.
Right.
On their $70 copy of the game and their $80 joypad, because who keeps the white one for the whole time?
With their subscription service of whatever.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
thing they have.
close to there. Or to me, to answer seriously, I break it down to an enjoyment per hour cost. So if I buy a unit, say I have over here of 5 assault intercessors with jump packs, it'll take me 2 hours to assemble those.
Yeah.
Take me maybe 5 to 10 to paint, and I play with them X amount of times. That cost me about $2 an hour for that unit. And I'm like, I have spent far worse than $2 an hour in that.
Yep.
How do you guys look at it?
Yep, that's kind of how I factor it too. And then like by the time I sell it, and that's another thing that maybe you can look at too, if you feel like it's too expensive to buy brand new models, is check out the secondhand market. You can usually get like a pretty decent percentage off of other people's models, which is nice when you're starting.
Yeah, it's important that if they're looking for secondhand models, maybe not look for the fully painted show quality kind of models. Like look for stuff that just came out of the box that someone built that didn't paint kind of thing. That's where you're going to make big savings.
Crappily painted stuff on eBay you can throw into there's chemicals you can buy that strips the acrylic off. eBay Rescue is one of my favorite YouTube channels. But yeah, they just rescue some stuff from there. That's how you save money. Question 2. The information on things seems to be inconsistent. It seems that Games Workshop releases new versions of the game regularly that rework the rules. Almost all the information I see online is for the 8th edition, but it sounds like 9th edition is the latest. This is like 4 years old, by the way. Also, I'm worried about getting into it and then having the rules change, and my army and that I've masterly crafted had spent $500 and suddenly becoming worthless because some author at GW, cough, Matt Ward, cough, got a chubby OPing Space Marines.
I like that.
Is this guy new?
This person knows Matt Ward.
But knows that Matt Ward ruined Warhammer Fantasy. That's
so good. Matt Ward.
Yeah, I think this is an important thing because people like it is an expensive hobby where, and a difficult economy for some where difficult choices are being made. We are generally playing 2,000 point games everywhere is like the standard, even though there's multiple ways to play. If you want kind of a pickup game, it's going to be 2,000 points. Sometime this week, definitely not tomorrow, but sometime this week, we're going to see another balanced data slate where things are going to change again and invalidate some armies, make some other armies better. How much does that play into kind of the general cost of 40K? Do you guys view it as just sort of the cost of doing business and playing the game? Or do you see it as something to sort of like play around and master? Got serious at the end. No games now, just fucking serious questions.
I think that? Yeah, I don't think the majority of your collection, and I'm maybe more now than before, I'm more of the school of thought that if it's bad now, generally at some point it will get better. The models I have. So whatever happens in the balanced data slate, whether I've been running ACDC a lot, so whether those guys go up astronomically, they've been good in the past when Manny ran them last year, and they're good now. So I'm at some point they're going to be good again, and it's almost for me almost like building your collection out over time, and it saves me having to sell things as well. I used to be brutal with that. Now I'm not doing that as much. So.
And oftentimes things that like he said, especially with the speed of how like balance changes with the game right now, it's actually fine, and there's better internal balance than I feel like there's mostly been before. So I think even if you don't have like the exact optimal units, you can still pick units that perform the same role as the optimal ones. You just might have to pay like like 5 or 10 extra points or something like that for your painted models that you already own that may be good at something else. So like, there's reasons to do take like most of the things in any of the army books.
The only caveat to this is don't get like old Marines. If I was to start a Space Marine army, I would probably stick to the Primaris Gravis.
If you have a Primaris keyword, you're safe. If you don't buy. I would add to this here. What's your goal for playing 40K? If your goal is just to win everything and like ace all events, probably don't play. There's very few people that can succeed at that goal consistently. And they're succeeding because you're doing what you're describing here. When your army is bad, they make it good, which costs time and money and effort to relearn units and kind of get the cadence of how things are going. I would say over my years of playing 40K, I have found most success playing what I know, how I know it. So regardless of whether the balanced data slate makes my unit of, say, flayed ones terrible, I know how that unit works. I know what it can do and what it can do. If the internet tells me all of a sudden that monoliths are fantastic at the point, I might not know that as well because I haven't played it a lot and I don't know situationally what to do with it. So, like, again, based on your goals.
Great point. I think great point.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna update this a little bit for 10th edition because I just read a little further, and like I said, this is quite old. But that's okay. I'm confused about the differences between the rule books, the codices, and the unit sheets, and how the miniatures fit into all of this. Oh, I'm gonna stop here real quick. I'm gonna call bullshit because you are cognizant enough to make a Matt Ward balance joke, but you don't know how codices work. Anyway, so how does a rule book differ from a codex?
A rule book contains the rules of the game. The codex contains the rules for your army.
The rule book, the codex is invalidated every 3 months. The rule book is not.
Almost instantaneously, actually, as far as points go.
Yeah. I'm excited to finally figure out what I can build for my Blood Angels in a week when the points finally come up. Question next. Is getting into the game really even that important to enjoy the Warhammer 40K experience? What a great question. One that has survived 4 years. Is playing 40K essential to fully enjoying Warhammer?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think you can enjoy the lore, you can enjoy building and painting models, and the gaming. They're all separate entities within the hobby, and you don't have to enjoy all of them to enjoy the whole hobby. You can enjoy the little bits that you love, even if that's playing video games associated to the 40K universe, and soon possibly watching TV shows or movies.
Like
for that matter.
5-6 years.
Yeah.
Then, Danny, anything to add to that there?
No, I think that's great.
This is extremely cognizant, seeing this is written in 2020, probably in a COVID-riddled haze. Is GW going to dick with lore constantly and do BS things just to try and sell minis or appeal to whatever the current popular, social, political, or internet trend is?
Yes.
When are we getting our Hawk 2 a Marine?
Well, she'll be a custody, and
Sister of Butthole.
Yeah, she'll be angry.
She was pretty happy. Yeah. But yeah, Danny.
I'm so tired of this. Like,
what?
Why is this so fucking hard for people?
Yeah.
To understand that like things change over time and to like just, I don't know. You don't have to accept it on a personal level, but like also you can't stop other people from doing that. So you might as well learn to just like kind of accept other people. It's just silly to me.
When the things we like change, we have to admit that we have not changed or forced change, and some people find that a scary prospect.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And that's the essence of a lot of my college work. And also just the fact is, and that's why Star Wars got such a bad rap, is like, it wasn't as good as the originals. The originals had teddy bears, cannibals living in trees. It wasn't as great as everyone wants it to believe. You just have it locked in at a certain period of your life and a certain period of your mind. And it's made you believe that Rogue One is a good movie. The last question, your question states, how much DACA do I need? Can I ever have enough DACA? Will there ever be enough DACA?
No, there will never.
There's no way that this person is new.
Yeah,
to 40K. I feel like
I want to know what army this person now plays in this current edition. I need a follow up on this, like ASAP.
So just kind of quick looking at it here, we have a Matt Ward reference, a 3D printer reference. We have the political social BS thing. We have DACA. We have a lot of stuff here. This reads like a post that someone has written to try and make a point that they're not going to take their money to GW if they keep doing this stuff. But yeah, it was just very wordy. And I thought it would be more helpful to new players when it was just some guy being a jerk.
Yeah.
But it was more than that. And we all learned something.
We did. We did.
Oh, you're Danny.
You're Danny.
Oh, no. Are you guys leaving me?
We have, I didn't mean to hit that button, but that's okay. So much like rest in peace, dear Deirdre.
Danny's still in limbo, by the way. He's like, oh, God, they are leaving me.
Dear Deirdre. People asked Deirdre relationship questions. And Danny, I wanted you to treat these following 40K questions the same. The following ones before were just a baseline to see how you would do dispensing 40K advice. So, in that case, we're almost ready for Dear Danny.
Oh,
okay.
Please let me finish.
What is happening right now?
Dear Danny, how do you learn about 40K lore?
Read a book. I mean, no, seriously, though, like
straight to the point. Doesn't specify what book.
Read a fucking book.
All right. There's a lot of books that you can read. Many of them involve 40K.
What book?
And if you choose to go the Black Library route, you can go that. If you just want some general like overall knowledge, I would check out like one of the many lore websites on the internet that you can just Google and find and like get like good baseline lore. And then if you really want to like dig into the setting, I would say read some Black Library novels.
I have a question because I know John, you watch Warhammer Plus, right?
I do.
Is Warhammer Plus a good place for the lore?
Warhammer Plus is fantastic.
Yeah, okay. You could watch Lore Masters.
So Warhammer Plus, if you guys aren't watching that because it has a terrible UI and is only available through a web page.
Yeah.
Totally get it. And that's maybe something we're going to start doing in the future for shorts, is just reviewing the Warhammer shorts because they're all quality great things. My favorite
everything that I've seen has been good.
The Death Guard one was fantastic. All the animation is super cool. I don't think Wade does it anymore, but Lore Masters is. I've watched a lot of that for Age of Sigmar and game systems I don't play or am not familiar with, because it gives you like all the information you need.
Nice.
Cannot stand enough for Warhammer TV. I know you're all getting it so you can use the stupid apps and get your free miniature a year. But actually watch the shorts. They're really, really well put together. 10 out of 10, can't complain. So how do you learn about 40K lore? Sign up for Warhammer Plus.
Read a book.
Yeah, that's good too.
That's
Danny,
my line.
How well would the Transformers do in the Warhammer 40K universe? I think they mean the transforming robots and not the things in your electrical box.
Yeah, I think that Transformers probably do technically exist in the 40K universe.
Probably.
Yeah, you've got to like downstep that voltage. But like, I think Transformers, more than meets the eye, would probably do pretty poorly in the Warhammer universe because they're absolutely abhorrent to everybody in the Imperium because they're thinking robots.
Unicron versus the Blackstone Fortress.
They don't really have guns, do they? I remember
Yeah, they have guns. They have laser guns.
Some of them turn into
the main villain turns into a gun.
But that's like an actual like Luger or something, right? Like,
yeah,
it's not like
or he turns into a literal cannon. Like he has choices.
Okay, but there's only one guy that can turn into a cannon. Like there's only one gun.
There's more than one because
everybody has like a laser gun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Megatron turned into a tank / cannon. Galvatron, it turns into like a set cannon. Technically, it's the same person, but not.
Yeah, only kind of though.
Yeah. But you're saying poorly.
I think poorly. I just don't think they'd find any allies, and I mean, I assume that. I don't think so, dude. No way. No? The Ethereals would be unable to manipulate the Transformers, and
fair.
I'm not going to be part of the
Like, there's no way an ethereal is going to be able to talk down Optimus Prime when he wants to do something.
No. This battle, Unicron versus a Blackstone Fortress. Planet Killer versus Planet. What wins?
Do you think that Blackstone like mimics Energon on any level? Like, as far as what?
Possibly. What I realize is we need far more time to discuss this because both of our knowledge of Transformers runs far deeper than I remembered.
Did you not know that that Transformers was like my favorite cartoon as a kid?
No,
Oh,
I know that. But did you see Transformers 1 yet?
No, I haven't yet.
It's fantastic.
I heard it was good. Yeah.
Yes. I told you it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Transformers, losers. AdMech, technology advancing.
Yeah.
So is the Emperor going to die and be reborn?
Oh, yes. I want this to happen so
I
bad.
can't think, Danny, and you can answer in a second. I can't think of a more boring plot advancement than the Emperor dying and being reborn.
What?
Where do you go from there?
Well, you can't make him too strong when he gets back up. Or
Right,
yes,
but
I think
or
he's way
chaos.
cooler.
Wait. So he's reborn, but chaos saps some of his power in some wacky chaos thing.
So he wakes up, but a bullshit reason means he's not good. That's very
Yes,
satisfying. Please continue.
No. I want him to wake up and then leave.
Just ride off into the sunset.
Just like vanish into the warp and like not give humanity anything. And then like it's just pure crisis mode.
Okay, that
I
would
think
be
that would be
interesting
dope.
if he just did like a Silent King and just looked at what everyone had done and be like, "Oh, fuck you guys." Then, okay, dope. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna be reborn. Then he's just gonna leave. He's gonna go get the Imperium some milk.
Yeah, he's gonna get milk. I'm gonna buy some cigarettes. See ya, boys.
Tyranids versus Xenomorphs from Alien. Who would win?
I mean,
reborn into a female custodian, Mark Murphy.
Oh yeah, no, Mark, come on, man,
just stop.
Now, as far as Tyranids versus Xenomorphs, Tyranids do everything Xenomorphs do, but they do it better because they just like if you kill every Xenomorph that dies, like it's thrown into a digestion pool, which makes more Tyranids.
Yeah,
they also have more variety, right, of different.
No, there's a lot of different Xenomorphs.
Well, not as many as the Tyranids.
No, it's true. Also,
and I also think that Gene Stealers like just wreck normal Xenomorphs. I feel like.
Oh yeah. Easy.
Tyranids would also probably evolve to just not have mouths, so they don't have to worry about facehuggers anymore.
Oh yeah, totally. That's true. Yeah,
that would make sense.
So they can no longer propagate. That's it. I didn't do a Prices Redacted this week. Get rid of the stream before people get hopeful. It's been weeks.
No hope.
But the house is coming together. The miniature green screen, which is very small behind me, but not very small when I was putting it up, is teeny tiny. And we're getting back to normal, guys. This was great. Can you believe I was worried about this when I threw this together on my lunch break today when I couldn't get PowerPoint to work?
Kind of, yeah.
I now that we've been through this episode, yes.
Well, that wasn't a Type 45, but it was a good 62. Dickie, Danny, how's that old world charm?
How is that?
I don't know.
Did it's been on a hiatus?
I haven't had time for anything. So yeah.
Well, I really want to thank you for consistently being guilted onto showing up on Tuesdays when I don't talk to you any other time of the week.
No, dude. I want to spend time with you.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Is I just don't give you any other option but Tuesdays.
Yep.
I can't talk about Old World Charm. I did edit all the episodes. They are available now, but I'm also going to be seeing the hosts of what's the other show called? Danny, help me. Square-based. I'm going to go see Rob and Val this Friday. And they're setting up for the Square-based Open in downtown Toronto. I'm going to assist them in getting the venue ready and going out for dinner and shooting the shit. So, yeah.
When you say you're going to assist them in dinner, are you going to serve them?
No, I'm going to eat.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
That was good. So yeah, check out all of those ones here. Guys, it's been a blast. We got some stuff coming down. We have some exciting things we're working on. And I know we say that a lot. But this time legitimately we do. Like if I just want to do like a little wicked snap my fingers, kadam! We got a top-down camera now. We got Imperial armor books and different other things we want to talk about. Mm-hmm. You can't see, and Dickie's really mad because it's really broken the illusion of the desk. But
I'm mad.
Yeah, John can show off things on his desk. That won't be dangerous for anyone ever.
No, not at all. So we are definitely planning some. Well, I'm glad a certain bag of stuff was off to the side. So we're planning some hanging paints, and now I really actually want to go through and do short reviews of the Warhammer Plus shows. I don't think a lot of people watch them, and they really should.
I think
they're all fantastic. That sounds good. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Oh, you know what we should do? I just thought about it. We should rate the shorts in the only way we can.
Oh,
the Hasselhoff
with a tier list?
Yeah.
Hassel tier?
Hassel tier.
Oh no, Hassel tier's gone.
Oh, John, you're invited to a tournament this weekend.
I'm invited to a tournament.
There you go. Weekend. Aberdeen. Yeah.
Oh man,
Your favorite place.
That is my favorite place. Not the sad one where Kurt Cobain is from, and also Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson. But yes, soon I will be out in the Pacific Northwest losing awfully at tournaments and giving someone the worst round 3 they've ever had. But I'm still gone. It's the John guarantee.
Are we playing Blood Angels now? Is that our new thing?
We're putting together some Blood Angels. I went by the local GW store to say hello, and I did end up purchasing the giant kind of Blood Angels box. And then playing Space Marine 2, I decided I wanted to have 1 billion jump packs.
Makes sense.
And I knew I was successful when I sent Danny, hey, this is the list I want to run. And he's like, that's a lot of jump packs. I'm like, yes, it is. So putting this together,
that works. It sounds fun.
Yeah, but honestly, the first couple of events down here, I think I just put a couple armies into the display case. I just put all of my Chaos Knights in the display case. I might pull War Dogs out for a little bit because it's putting my War Dogs in the case. I'm like, oh, I miss you guys. Look at all you purple and gold. So soon we'll be out there.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Well, I got nothing else. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
Cool.
No.
Well, we will be back next Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Westernish, 10 p.m. Easternish. I can't even remember when we're on anymore. I just selfishly remember my own. We are all going to watch one short of my choosing. So I'm assuming we all have Warhammer Plus. We just never use it.
Yeah.
We're gonna start the show next week by doing a quick recap review of a Warhammer Plus Bolter or Hammer and Bolter short. And we will add it to the Hasselhoff tier list. Dickie, that's a great idea. That gives it purpose for being on the show.
That's right.
And then, yeah, that'll be a weekly thing. We make your plus worth it. But anyway, for Grim After Dark, I've been John.
Coach Dickie. Coach Dickie. Danny, you said your name, right?
Yeah, but you talked over him, you dick. Maybe coach yourself how to do an exit.
What? I never know who's next. Right, we're out of here.
It's time to step into the grim darkness with nerds gather talking Warhammer madness. Grim After Dark, the podcast with the hosts John, Danny, and Val, but they're not the most. Claiming to be experts, but it's all a facade. Talking about battles and dice rolls, they're all odd. Trying to sound cool with their Warhammer talk, but I'm here to expose. It's all just squawk. Nerds, everywhere I see talking Warhammer this, like it's a decree. But let me tell you, homie, it is all just a game. In the real world, homie, we are not the same. So put down the dice, step out of the dark. It's time to live life, nerd, make your own mark. Grim After Dark, the nerds playground. Talking Warhammer this, acting all profound. But when I listen, it's all just a bunch of noise. I love roasting nerds and their stupid ass toys. Stupid ass toys, I wanna grab them, put my hands around the neck, squeeze, Warhammer squeeze, until they can't breathe again. Tell a friend, I'm out here roasting nerds again.